Like if you found the video valuable. Detective Claire Monroe didn't believe in curses, but the old iron bridge on the edge of town had gathered a reputation for them. For decades, people whispered of strange noises, footsteps when no one was there, voices carried on the wind, and sometimes a sharp cry followed by silence. On a rainy November night, Claire was called to the scene. A young man's car was found abandoned at the mouth of the bridge, engine still running, headlights cutting through the mist. But there was no trace of him. His phone sat on the passenger seat, still recording a voice memo. Claire hit play. All she heard at first was the hiss of rain against metal, and the steady rush of water below. Then, breathing, uneven, panicked, the young man's voice broke through. "They're here. I know they're here." Then came a clang of footsteps, too heavy to belong to him. And finally, a whisper, "Jump." The recording cut off. Claire tightened her grip on the phone. "Another one," she muttered. The fifth disappearance in as many years. The bridge's history stretched back to the late 1800s, when it was built over a ravine where workers had died during construction. Locals said those spirits lingered, demanding new souls to balance the debt of their own deaths. Claire didn't buy it, but the disappearances were real. And tonight, she'd find out what was hiding in the shadows. She walked across the slick planks, flashlight beams slicing through the mist. Every creak echoed into the ravine like the groan of something alive. Halfway across, she froze. Footsteps followed hers, deliberate, heavy. She spun around. No one. Her heart knocked against her ribs, but she forced herself forward. At the center of the bridge, she crouched and inspected the worn boards. Scorch marks. Not from lightning, but from something chemical. As if someone wanted to erase evidence. Then, a sound, low, metallic. She lifted her flashlight. A figure stood at the far end of the bridge. Not a ghost, but a man, cloaked in a black raincoat, hood hiding his face. "Police, stay where you are," Claire shouted, hand hovering near her holster. The man didn't move. Then, slowly, he raised his hand, and dropped something onto the planks. The glass clink echoed. A key. Her breath caught. A real key, not a symbol. She moved closer, but in that instant, the figure turned and vanished into the fog, as if the bridge itself had swallowed him. Claire snatched up the key. Old-fashioned, heavy, handcrafted. She knew immediately. It matched the same set found at the other cold cases. Her radio crackled. "Detective Monroe? You need to see this." She hurried back to the abandoned car, still clutching the key. An officer pointed toward the riverbank below. There, lodged against the rocks, was a soaked notebook. She flipped it open. Pages blurred, but one phrase stood out, written again and again in frantic scrawl. "The bridge chooses." Claire looked back at the iron skeleton cutting across the mist. Not cursed, not haunted, controlled. Someone was using the bridge, orchestrating every disappearance, staging every scene. And whoever had just left her the key wanted her to know. The real question wasn't who the culprit was. It was why they wanted her involved now. And in that chilling silence, Detective Claire Monroe realized something else. The bridge wouldn't wait long before claiming its next victim.